last Arts Club of the year. Since it's the end of the year, I thought it would be good to spend some time doing some GitHub cleanup. And that can have a lot of different interpretations, but one of them is like addressing some open issues. But also, I told a few people in my team that it'd be good to maybe document some ideas, questions, or bugs as issues, so we don't have to remember them during the winter break. It's kind of like writing down all the notes of our current state of mind, so such that we could reset during the winter break, enjoy the winter break, then after that come back and be like, oh yes, now I remember all these details. Otherwise, like during the winter break, you might have to remember the details, or you might forget them, and then you might run into this bug again later and be like, oh yes, I knew this, I forgot about it. Something else I told people was like, we could also, I could also explain how to make a website like this, that where basically it's like a collection of little badges for the packages that I'm involved in. I felt like maybe other people in the team might want to make a version like this for themselves, such that they can like easily go to one location and get a quick idea of like what's the status of all their GitHub repositories. And so like in my case, there's some packages that have this subscript out of bound error that is part of byteconductor devel. That is a little bit more tricky to address because it's a bug that is only specific to that version. It's not specific to the current byteconductor release. Now, another thought that I had, and I told this to at least one person in the team, is that it could also be nice to, since it's the end of the year, people are in a festive mood, to maybe thank some people that helped you a lot over the year. So maybe you opened a lot of GitHub issues on a particular GitHub repository, so you could just write a little message of thanking them for addressing your questions over the year, or like maybe not necessarily from GitHub, but let's say like a technical support team, let's say like 10x support or some other support, like Bit help or Bit support. You might want to just send a little thank you message, and that's yeah, like a lot of times people who receive GitHub issues, the tone might not always be the most friendly tone, and so just reminding them that like we're grateful for their help. That could be nice too. So it's a pretty loose session today. These are the things that we're gonna, anything that is kind of like related to the end of the year, GitHub related, we'll address today. It's not really a session where I'll be like, leading the whole thing. So I asked people to bring their laptops today, such that like if you have any questions about like how to do any of these things, like we can help you with that. Cool. So with this in mind, are there any questions or things people would prefer to get started with? Otherwise, like I was saying, we could also do it as a writing accountability group session where we're all working together and we can ask questions